What's going on, everybody?
Whoa,
How's it going, guys?
this is something new.
This is new. I like this, though.
I
Yeah.
like it.
You can't see it, but we have a very nice setup going on here.
No,
We're
so
crammed.
this is gonna be audio only, obviously.
Yeah, well, we don't have any cameras set
Right,
up.
No.
Eventually.
Eventually.
I'd like to. That'd be cool.
No, that definitely.
I'm going
would
to
be.
post this on YouTube anyway. No, we're crammed in Bookman's room.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
using
me.
I'm using two what even are these? They're like
Little snack tables.
little snack tables for my mixer and my laptop. This
Yeah.
is going to be fun.
It's pretty pro setup here. But we got a
Pretty
lot to
professional here.
talk about
Oh
here.
man, this is all Bookman's idea before we start. I
Listen, I
have nothing
will
to
take
do with
credit
this.
for this. All right.
I have
So
no
I
part in
found
this.
myself looking up a lot of conspiracy theories recently
oh boy.
and watching a lot of podcasts on conspiracy theories.
Oh,
So I
boy.
figured, you know what? Why not hang out
Oh, boy.
with some friends and talk about conspiracy theories?
Yeah, because that's what normal people do on a Saturday
Absolutely.
afternoon.
I
Oh,
mean,
boy.
think about it. People listen to us right now. So, what's weird about
Yeah.
talking about it?
I guess.
I forgot that they
Before
can't
we start-
see my
Yeah, your
yeah
hand motions and
yeah
everything.
yeah.
Before we start, I really hope that the music doesn't get picked up
No, yeah.
because
so
we keep getting like radio interference and we're
Yeah.
picking up like radio stations.
We'll have to see.
I hope not.
It'd be kind of awkward.
So I have up 12 crazy conspiracy theories that actually turned out to be true, and I'm gonna go into that. But I think to get your stuff out of the way,
Oh,
You should
I'm
just
very
go first?
antsy about this right
yes,
now.
you're.
All right, listen.
He's
have-
literally on the edge of his seat right now. I'm not even
They
kidding.
have not done any research, anything. Neither have I, really, honestly. I
That's
just
such a lie.
listen to a bunch of podcasts,
That's such a.
watch a couple YouTube videos, and it's something that
That's a lot of
interests
research.
me
It's more research than I
because
did.
we only live an hour away from it.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I live like 2 hours away from it, but
Yeah.
Okay, but on top of that, I've been there probably 10, 15 times and had
To-
no clue
to it or to
to the actual base.
Oh, okay.
I've been there,
The base.
walked around.
How big is the base?
The base, it says it here. It's on like 754 acres, but the base is only like the main what is it called? Radio tower.
Yeah.
That is like the base. Isn't really that big. So what we're talking about here is the Montauk Project, or Camp Hero State Park that is out in Montauk, New York. And what made me have interest in this at all is one, I've been there, and two, Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Great show.
Very popular on Netflix.
It's coming
Very,
back
yeah.
July.
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
very
wait.
excited.
I
I've
started
been dying.
rewatching season 1.
I'm gonna rewatch everything once it gets a little closer.
Yeah,
Jump right back into it.
yeah. I mean, I figured I gotta
I
start
love
it.
Stranger
I gotta
Things.
start it now,
Such a
otherwise
good show.
I won't get around to it. But yeah,
That's a
so
lie, too.
why you gotta call me out? So Stranger Things, the whole mind control.
Not sponsored, by the way.
No. The whole mind control and the underworld and all that kind of stuff. Basically, I'm sure everyone knows about it, but apparently these mind control experiments were going on at Camp Hero, and they were taking orphans and homeless people, or whatever. I'm not really too sure, and they were putting them in this chair that got the name of the Montauk chair, that they would sit in it, they'd get hooked up to a whole bunch of stuff, and it would magnify their abilities, their mind control, whatever they wanted. It would magnify their abilities and kind of turn them into like superhuman type things where they can move stuff, they can do some crazy stuff. And apparently this place goes 12 stories deep underground, and that's where all the experiments would go. And in, I think it was the 80s or 90s, the place was shut down and sold over to New York State, and is now a state park that obviously you can go visit. I've been there, I've walked around. There are a whole bunch of different smaller buildings that are pretty much completely destroyed, and the reason that those were built was because during, I believe, it was World War II. I believe. I could be totally wrong. But they were expecting the Germans, if they were to attack, they would be hitting New York first, because Europe,
That makes
they'd be
sense.
coming to
That
New York
makes sense.
first.
Right.
and the base is located at the tip of Montauk Point. So that would have been the first line of defense or first alert system to tell the United States that Germany was coming. And they didn't want the Germans to recognize it as a military base, so they built a whole bunch of little hut type things, and they made it look like a fishing town, like a fish market type thing. And yeah, so now you can go there and you can walk around all these acres and see all the stuff there. You can't get onto the actual radio tower. That is blocked off, but I've seen videos of people going inside, and there are like these tubes that literally you look at like any sci-fi movie where there's aliens floating in the tubes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, people have
That's
video of this stuff in there. I mean, crazy stuff. Look it up. I'm not making any of this up, and I don't believe most of it, but it's what's online.
Right.
You know what's really crazy? Literally, this summer I went to Montauk with Kristen. If
Yeah.
I would have known that any of that stuff was there,
Yeah.
we would have went.
No,
I would have
I
made
know,
sure
I'm
of it
telling you.
on the way back, or maybe
Yeah.
like one of the first things on the
Uh-huh.
way or something. Because if I would have known that was there, I definitely would have wanted to
Yeah.
go check that out at
The
least.
place is
I
awesome.
mean, whether there actually is or actually was anything going on there
Yeah.
or not,
No, but
that's
now
just a
like
cool.
yeah, I would want
place
to
to
go there
go.
now, knowing everything that I know now, the
Absolutely.
conspiracy around it. I would love to go there and actually look for something
Absolutely.
instead of just looking at this tower and appreciating it for. You good, Justin? You a little tired? Is my story not good?
No, I
Dude,
just had a yawn for some reason.
Oh,
he's
man.
he's sick of the Montauk project already. Make sure you're talking to the mic too, pal. Not the wall behind you. I heard you, but you weren't too loud there.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. There you go.
I mean,
Last
hey,
time I
listen.
went to Montauk was when I was 13. I was on a confirmation retreat with my church,
Okay.
and we just went to the lighthouse. It was really cool.
It's close to the lighthouse.
Did you ever climb
But
the
I-
lighthouse? Did
I
you climb?
did climb the lighthouse.
That's one thing I never done.
All right, I'm gonna tell you right now. You need to have strong legs for it. I thought from playing all that hockey
Yeah.
that my legs were strong enough to do this. You get very tired on the way up,
Uh huh.
but at the way back down, dude, Kristen and I could not feel our legs.
Yeah.
So as soon as we got out of the tower, we like stumbled and like sat on like a bench for
Yeah.
like 10 minutes,
Uh-huh.
15 minutes because our legs were killing us. The whole rest of the day, my legs were bothering me.
Yeah, that's it. No,
It's
when I was
crazy.
in
Like
Germany,
it doesn't
there's-
even seem like it's that
Oh yeah, I know.
many stairs or
there's,
anything, but it's oh my
I don't know
god.
the exact name of it, but it's the Cologne Cathedral. If you look up the picture of it, it's got like these two giant pillar things that run the whole span of the building and above it, and you can climb all the way up there to look over Germany and or Cologne. And same thing. I walked. Yeah, I know the music in my ears.
Music.
I'm really hoping that they don't hear this. But yeah, same thing. My legs were dead after that.
And now back
I remember
to
my legs were just killing me.
whatever that the
So much fucking pain.
Montauk
Yeah,
project.
Montauk
Montauk
Project.
Project. I mean, listen.
I didn't know there was a base there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Back
didn't
when I was
either.
13.
That's what I
crazy.
that's why I want to go even more now. Like I want to try and make it a trip every summer. Try and go out there every summer. But now that I know that, that's definitely gonna be.
I'm saying
On my
all
list.
of us go there with
Yeah.
a video camera.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm not
jump
going
the
in.
fence.
No, you can jump the fence. I'll stay on the outside.
I really would. I would love to.
We'll get a drone and I'll follow you with the
There's
drone.
already drone footage up there. From you can see the whole thing.
No, it's fine.
Oh, wow.
I'll follow you with the drone. I'm saying you can get and there's footage of it already of people hopping the fence. But you want to do that too?
I would love to.
Yeah. So you do that.
But
I'll follow you
they,
around with
they
the drone.
might not know about the underground, the 12 stories down.
Yeah.
You gotta find those stairs that go down, not up.
You coming with us?
Yeah, why
Yeah?
Are you hopping the fence with them?
not?
You gonna come in and see all the crazy experiments?
Yeah, I don't know.
I would have said no.
Didn't we look inside one of the things? You think
Those were, yeah, we did go inside one of the little fishing hut thingies that they built, like the outpost. But that's not what I'm
Stuff
talking
thing
about.
up there.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, hey, something crazy, something local, and
That would be cool.
yeah. I only just
Definitely on
heard
my
about
list
it
for
now,
this summer.
so
I said definitely on my list for this summer.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm getting the music.
I know.
And I'm like-
actually when you moved back away from the mic, it actually I think that's what it is.
Nope, because now I'm back up. Oh, and now
Yeah.
he's back again. God damn it. How are we going to fix this?
I think it's just because your headphones are so close to the mic that
It's creating a
yeah. It's...
kind of like a relay, I guess you could
I'm
say.
going to try and move a little bit then.
By the way, just saying, if these podcasts continue, me and Kenny, we're kind of the dumb ones, okay?
I
Anything that
wouldn't-
Listen, hold up.
I
Anything.
wouldn't
Let
go
me
that
finish
far.
this sentence. Let me finish this sentence.
sat up
Listen.
pointed at you
Let me finish the sentence.
so quick.
I don't mean dumb in a sense of dumb, like,
Like-
I just mean like,
Yeah, not like stupid.
That definitely helps.
I just mean anything that comes out of Justin's mouth is going to be so logical that it is
Justin
going
is-
to make your mind
Justin
just
is going to be
explode.
the more intelligent one.
Yes, thank you. That's what I meant to say.
Is it?
Yes. Whatever
We're
comes
not
out of
dumb,
Justin's
but
mouth.
you know we're like.
Listen,
dumb.
the Earth is flat.
No, it's actually a spheroid.
See what I mean?
We call
okay?
it a spheroid because
my
the
God.
Earth is not a perfect sphere.
And
Oh my
he
God,
he
shove
is
your
getting so
spheroid
into
up your
it. He
ass,
just
Justin.
stood up. He got out of his chair.
Oh
okay.
my god.
Anyway,
Stupid.
back to conspiracy.
So
Sorry if I'm
stupid.
screaming, but
Yeah, dude, you should have seen when you acknowledged that he said spheroid, dude. All the lights on the mixer
went all
shot
the way up
up,
to red, right?
went all the way up to red. I thought it was gonna blow up.
I'm sorry if you're wearing headphones right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put like a warning headphone users countdown
Yeah.
on the video. Oh man.
All
All
right.
right.
Should
I
we
mean,
just
what do
go
you
in
So
got?
I have a couple. This is one of 12.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go through all 12.
I actually did find one as well.
All right.
And
Do you wanna go-
Justin's is definitely insane.
All right. Maybe you should go first.
Alright.
Because you have one. I have 12. And then maybe, because I want to do this first one that I saw first, the first one, I want to do that.
Mine's about the Bermuda Triangle.
That's a good one.
That's a
And then
big-
after that, after Justin does his, I'm going to do one of mine, and then you guys just pick a number from 2 to 12,
Okay.
both of you, and then I'll do one of those each, and then I'll leave the link to the,
I like that Illuminati there.
yeah, you right? Reader's Digest.
Yeah, that's
Not
crazy.
sponsored.
That's crazy. This guy at work. I mean,
I feel like the Bermuda Triangle is probably going to be in this somewhere.
oh, I'm
Bermuda
sure. Yeah.
Triangle.
And I
It
guarantee
is
you
one of
your
the
number is going to be the one
biggest
that is.
Yeah.
myths or
That's probably one of the
conspiracies.
first ones growing up that I like
Yeah,
conspiracy
everybody
theory
knows
I've
about
ever
that.
heard of.
Everybody knows
Yeah.
about that.
This case was from 1945.
See what I mean? He already knows dates. He's not even looking at his phone anymore. The kid just knows.
I mean, I pulled it up just so I
He's
remember
got a
everything.
picture memory.
It
but
took
I-
you a while to
but
pull that
I
up, though.
looked into YouTube first.
Okay.
When
You
I
were
first
still
heard about
you were
it.
still pulling that up. You started pulling that up before we started the podcast, and you were still pulling it up as we started the
That's what I'm
podcast.
saying. He already knows it.
Yeah,
Like the back of his hand.
I
Alright,
didn't
so
even.
let's hear
To be
about it.
honest,
wanna
I wasn't
hear it.
even sure if you had one yet when I started with this. When I said I was going
I
to
was
start.
thinking at first, and then I remember, there are plenty of aviation disappearances that are still unsolved.
Still
and
happening.
this one
Like,
relates to the Bermuda Triangle. So
Okay.
What was the
this
more recent one?
MH370. That's
See what I'm
Malaysian
talking
Airlines.
about.
Yeah, whatever the hell that,
That
was.
was 2014.
What airlines?
No, there was one that just happened this year.
Oh, this year?
Yeah.
I was talking about
Nah.
the You probably said it, and I was talking over you. Malaysian Airlines.
Malaysian Airlines MH370.
Yeah, MH370, because everybody
Okay.
knows that. How do you know things like this?
You know,
Yeah,
I've watched YouTube
MH370.
videos.
I don't know how you know things like that.
No, that was in 2008. Okay. Was there not?
No,
a
see, I
flight-
moved away from my
Oh
headset.
no, you're talking
I mean,
about. There was another one that went missing, but they actually found that one.
Which one is this?
The
that
one
was-
that just happened like last month or whatever.
Not last month. The one you said 2008. That was another flight. French airline, some sort of. I think it was Air France or something. I don't remember.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh no,
But-
hold up. I'm just talking about a plane crash.
Just a
They
plane
didn't
crash.
crash.
No,
in
I know
general.
that there was a plane
Okay,
crash
yeah, yeah.
recently. I
That's
don't remember
what
where
I'm
it
mixing
was.
up.
I was thinking of what you said, the Malaysian Airlines.
Yeah.
Yes, that was
That's
the
what I
most
was thinking of.
recent
Yes.
aviation mystery.
Yes.
Did that have anything to do with
How long ago was that?
2014.
That was
Yeah.
2004.
And it-
That was 5 years
March
ago.
8th?
They searched for
That was
3
5 years ago?
Yeah.
and then they had to suspend it because, well, you know,
Oh my god.
they couldn't
Yeah,
find
I
it,
don't know.
and there
I
were
heard a
expenses.
crazy conspiracy having to do with that.
So they
and I'm
did
sure it's
find the
probably
tail.
right.
They found the tail of the plane.
Oh,
Was
I
it
thought
on
you
the
said
land or in the water?
It was in the water.
I thought you were gonna say
but
a tail.
it was far off from
I'm gonna-
where they thought the impact site was. They
Alright.
they don't know where it crashed.
While you talk about your
But the one I looked up
Conspiracy,
is
hold on,
Flight
wait.
19.
Hold
That
on,
was in
okay.
1945,
Yeah.
towards the end of World War II.
hold on though. While you're talking about that, I'm gonna look up. I obviously it's probably fake, but I found something once. You know how like when it's like 2 a.m. and you're just going through YouTube videos
Yeah.
and you get to
Yeah.
the really weird part.
Uh-huh.
I found this thing where. Hold on, I don't know how to spell Malaysian. There was a. Like, you know how obviously planes have the radios on them or whatever?
Yeah,
They-
they have
they-
transponders.
Apparently, one of the
And
transponders
the
or
black
whatever
box. They have black boxes.
Black box, that's what it is.
got, like, for a lack of a better word, like hacked or something.
Uh-huh.
And there was like a message sent through it.
Really? Hey, don't get yourself,
Yeah, no copyright.
This is
strikes.
Imagine Dragons. This is my favorite band. Favorite brand.
I mean, a band could be a brand. If they, they sell merchandise.
Yeah, so... Wait, I want to hear about your,
Flight
Yeah. You go
19.
while I
yeah.
try and find the.
So they involved 5 TBM Avenger aircrafts.
Dude, the new Avengers
In
movie's coming
the-
out soon.
you are...
I'm so hyped. I'm so
Okay.
hyped. Sorry.
Okay. So this was in the. These planes were in the military. They were going through a military exercise.
Okay.
Starting in Florida, they were going off the coast, the east coast of Florida, I should say.
Okay.
And they were going through the. Well, actually, they got lost eventually. Like, they didn't know how to get back to the base.
Okay. Wait, it was the Air Force?
And I don't know if it was Air Force or what branch of the military it was.
Okay.
I can't remember it.
Okay.
But it was there was a base in Florida.
Uh-huh.
So they couldn't, when they finished the exercise, they had to go back to base and they couldn't find it. And they tried to contact the base, which they did,
Uh-huh.
but the visual references they were giving were, I guess they didn't add up. They were still lost.
Right.
And then eventually they went over the Bermuda Triangle where they ran out of fuel and
Of course.
they presumed to crash.
Were the planes ever found?
No, they were never found. Not a single trace.
Wow.
And another thing, there was another aircraft that was sent to find it, went over the Bermuda Triangle, that also never returned. That was a Martin PBM-5 Mariner. And... But there were reports that there was a mid-air explosion in the Bermuda Triangle. But we don't know.
Nobody
that
can
wreckage was
confirm
never
that, though.
found either.
Yeah.
That's...
So
All
what
right,
is the
so-
whole thing? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I found the thing that I was talking about, the Malaysian airline conspiracy thing. So, I don't want to read this whole thing, but there was an eerie message found on the black box. Let's see. It was that's what it was. Somebody was getting somebody got it in a phone call. Like multiple people were getting a random number call and they would answer it and then they would hear from the black box. Like it was sending out the signal still somehow or something like
Uh-huh.
that. It was really weird. Like this tweet, I can't see it because it's a thumbnail and it's covered a little bit, but yeah, never mind. That has nothing to do with this. I don't know why it's even there. Because it started with something that I did read once. It was very similar. Anyway, it said the message, "Danger, SOS, it is dire for you to evacuate. Be cautious, they are not human." The message then reads off a series of numbers, 042933964230. I got the chills reading that because I thought about when I first found that online.
So what does that code read if you type it in?
Apparently it was a date, I believe.
Say the number again.
042933964230. Or no, maybe it was coordinates. I don't remember.
Um,
Once you look up that number, you're probably gonna find exactly what I'm
one
talking about, right?
thing-
Oh, what did I click on?
Did your computer just shut off? Did your computer just shut off?
Yo, hold
No, no,
on,
hold on,
yo,
wait. No, wait,
yo,
hold on.
what did I just click on?
Hold on. Wait,
the fuck is this?
stuck. Justin, watch out. Yeah. Yo.
Yo, what is this?
No. Hold on.
Back out of
What
that.
did you just do?
I just clicked on the.
Yeah, no. Yeah, listen, come here. Remember the number I read? You put that in.
That's
and
what
happened.
popped up.
Yeah, I would get out of that quickly.
What? Hold on. It says Yankee Oscar Uniform Hotel. Oh, spell it. You have now been added. Hit. Click on it again because you can't see.
I don't want to click on it again.
Click on it again. Added. Yeah. You have now been added.
Yeah, okay, no.
All right.
That's fucking creepy.
People called it too.
All right. First
You
of
have
all,
now
that's
been added.
nuts.
Okay, you might want
Military
to check
code sent
check your
via
computer.
voicemail to Twitter.
That's what it was.
What was
Geez, the military's listening now.
The military was listening anyway.
True. Oh, I wish I would have just seen this.
Yeah, you should have just done that.
Oh man.
Now go to the website that it has.
Look at this.
Oh,
Mind
alien.
control, aliens.
See, now we're screwed.
All right.
See, I never should have brought up Malaysian Airlines. We're done now.
it?
This
I wanted
podcast
to
just
mention,
destroyed me.
They never found the black box.
All right, this
To the
this,
plane.
To
what,
the one that we're
Malaysian
talking about,
Yes, they never found the black box to MH370.
which makes me
So-
feel like the plane was taken over. And
There you go. See. Hold
We
on,
don't
wait.
know
I
what
have to put my
happened
headphones
it.
back on. I have
The
no idea.
Debris
Can't
was
hear anything.
found, but they
Wait, the
couldn't
what was
find
found?
debris.
Oh, I thought you
like,
said the-
like I said, the tail.
Yeah.
that was
I was
part of
putting
the
my
debris,
headphones on.
but they never found the whole aircraft itself.
I was mid headphone put on, and I thought you said the
Wow.
brain.
I wish I just didn't click on that link.
Yeah, no, that was weird. I saw your whole screen because I can't see.
Yeah.
I saw everything go black,
Yeah.
and I was like, what just happened?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but what the tweet was the person that first found it, whatever, like tweeted about it or whatever,
Yeah.
and then she tweeted again and said, okay, I'm sitting in my car right now in front of my house, in my car. She said that twice. And this guy started
was she
taking...
in her car?
I think so. And this guy started taking pictures of my house with flash. Then he walked away. You better put security cameras outside your house.
Yeah.
And watch to make sure nobody's taking pictures of your house now.
Don't you have security cameras?
Wait,
Oh.
because you got added to a list?
Oh.
It said, what did it say?
You've
It
been
said,
added.
it said Yankee Oscar
You
uniform,
know how to- yeah.
hotel, Alpha.
It's the
Do you
It's
have
phonetic
a
alphabet.
Yeah.
Do you have a malware detector?
Which
Like,
translates
in order-
to...
You
Yeah.
better tell your parents.
Oh yeah, actually you could.
Well,
check.
after the
Norton,
podcast, we have
see
to
what
finish the
the found
podcast
anything.
first.
Oh, yeah.
We have to finish-
Dexter.
Wait, what? Wait, what are you doing?
Oh wait, these are only ads, I think. Yeah, these are only ad blockers.
You don't have like a malware protection or anything?
That's what Norton has. I have Norton
Yeah,
for my
I also-
personal
yeah, I
laptop.
don't.
You should probably get a VPN too.
Yeah.
We don't have to do this now.
Nah.
You'll be fine.
Why did
Hopefully.
you type
Do you wanna pause the podcast?
If not, the next podcast is gonna be me like talking about how some guy was outside of my house taking.
If there's a next podcast.
Oh my god, stop. I'm never going outside
Oh,
again.
there will be one. It's just gonna be. It might be a little crazy.
You just might not be here for it.
Neither
Man.
will I.
That's some real life stuff that just
You
happened.
have now been added. That's definitely like a.
Oh, that's a joke.
That's
Someone-
definitely a joke.
yeah,
There's no
someone
because
knows
your
how
whole
to
computer.
code and-
If you were really added to something, come on.
yeah, you go on any website, Facebook, Twitter. They know exactly.
Your social media. You're not even your social media. If your computer is just connected to the internet,
Yeah.
whether you do anything on the internet or not,
Yep.
you can get
They got you.
viruses,
why-
and
that's why
malwares,
I point
malware
that-
stuff and everything.
Unless I'm using my my webcam.
Yeah, I do
point
the
it up.
same thing. I do the same
Because
thing.
They could hack that
Yeah,
and be
'cause-
sitting there watching you.
Yeah.
That's fucking
That's
creepy.
exactly why I have it pointed up. If you guys saw right now, I have my what is that called?
Webcam.
Pointing up at the ceiling because one, I don't need it, and two, there's proof that people have gotten that hacked, just like that security system. Did
Then
you
the
hear about
government taps into stuff like that all the time. There's
that? Did you hear
conspiracies.
about that though?
What?
The
The N one. Next in.
yeah, next security system or
Something
Nest.
like that.
Nest. I
Nest.
think.
Nest
I
sounds
think
right.
that's what it is. Some guy hacked into. They had like a smart home set up, where they had security cameras and their thermostats are all.
They were turned up to like 80.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like that.
They're
I
all
don't like that.
connected to
He was
this
talking
thing.
To the people.
That your
Yeah, yeah.
security system
So listen,
in your
they,
home is
they
all
noticed-
connected to the internet.
They noticed
too much.
that
In the
the
baby's
the
room.
thermostat in the baby's room was turned up to 90 degrees. So and the baby was sleeping at that time. So they turn it down and then they start taking video of a guy talking through their webcam saying, "Hey, come over here. I see you. I'm watching you." And the guy starts recording and the guy is talking to them through their security camera. Some random guy. And you can
Dude.
hear him typing and everything.
That's fucking creepy.
So they hacked into
Dude.
their security system, turned up the thermostat, and started talking to them and watching them through the cameras. And who
What do
knows
you
how
do
long?
about that?
What can you do? Unless the security
You'd have
company
to
does
dismantle
something.
it.
Well, first of all,
Yeah,
not
man.
only do you have to dismantle it and get rid of it, you need a different, you need a different company,
I wouldn't
and you
even,
need to not even connect your stuff
yeah,
to the
no,
internet.
No, it should all be recorded on one,
Why-
like how my dad has.
Yeah.
It's all recorded there. Nothing is put on the internet. You can't look it up on the internet. You can only look it up through the screen that all the cameras are connected to.
Through like it almost looks like a VCR, right?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
I mean,
Because that's what we
he
have at
hasn't-
my job. The security cameras
Yeah.
all go into like a VCR looking
Yeah.
thing
Exactly.
that records it.
There's no chance that I will ever have any security system that is
No
able to get
chance.
hacked.
I don't know why somebody thought that was a good idea, to ever have
It makes you
your
think,
home security and your house, like your lights, your thermostat.
you
all
can
that
get,
stuff.
You can get wall plugs, regular wall plugs that
Yeah.
are smart home
Yeah.
capable.
That's-
whatever.
why?
Yeah.
Like everybody knows how not easy,
Compatible.
like not
There-
for
there's
me,
the
but
word.
how people can just hack into anything.
Yeah.
You want somebody to hack into your house?
It kind of makes you think
Like-
that the company that created all this wants that to happen.
It seems like it. I mean,
Because from the last I heard, I didn't hear anything that the security company did anything to fix the problem.
I'm gonna look it up.
There's a whole video on it
Is there? I'll watch it later.
of
'Cause I don't
of
wanna-
the family
don't
inside
wanna-
the house recording the guy
don't
talking to them. There's a bunch of crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, look. Nest home security hacked.
Yep.
Nest responds to home security hack reports. Do I click on it? I say as I click on it.
Yeah. Too late now.
Justin, do you have anything else to say about your conspiracy while I read up on this?
Oh yeah, about Flight 19 and the plane sent to find the wreckage.
Uh-huh.
Both were in the Bermuda Triangle when they disappeared. So that added to the whole conspiracy theory of how cursed the Bermuda Triangle is.
Right. Now, the Bermuda Triangle, if you could just kind of give me a little... Do you know anything about why that could be happening there?
Why it could happen there?
Yeah, like, is there some specific...
Is there like some kind of like I don't want to say, for lack of a better word, I don't want to say like a weather phenomena,
Yeah.
but like
Is there a reason why planes
is there
are
yeah,
crashing
could
there?
there be like something like, like the Earth
Is
is
it
surrounded,
aliens? Is it
the Earth
weather? What
surrounded
is
with
it?
like, like the magnetic field and
Yeah.
It
all
wasn't
that.
aliens. We know that.
I mean,
Do
that's
we?
just an example of...
do we
But
know
yes,
that?
the magnetic field, that's what I
But
meant.
they
Yeah.
presumed with Flight 19 that
Which is...
they
is
ran
that
out
the
of
rescue?
fuel.
Or was that the original?
No, Flight 19 is the one that went down originally, right?
They
Not
went
the
down
rescue.
originally. The rescue crew, there were reports that it exploded mid-air
Okay.
in the Bermuda Triangle.
There were reports that not Flight 19, the rescue one
The
exploded.
rescue crew.
Okay,
That's
I
the
confused that.
Mariner.
Okay.
Yeah, Flight 19, they ran out of fuel.
Or so they say.
It was presumed they ran out of fuel when they reached the Bermuda Triangle.
How is that possible though?
That's... Yeah.
I
That's
don't know
where the
how much
conspiracy
fuel I
comes
had.
in, you know?
That's like, I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me.
No.
I personally, I mean, even when you say things like that, I still feel like that's a myth.
The Bermuda Triangle, if it's cursed?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's...
I feel like it's a myth.
I think it's a myth too.
Because
but
isn't
was
it
a
like if you
conspiracy
if you
back
sail a
then. Some
ship
people
through
still
there or
believe it
something?
now, but but you don't really hear much about the Bermuda Triangle anymore.
Isn't it like something too where if you like sail a ship through it or something, it gets like really bad out? Like there's like thunderstorms and everything too. Isn't that
it
like the
gets,
Bermuda
sucked
Triangle?
Up into the ocean
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
No.
I believe that maybe like there are bad storms in that area,
I'm sure.
but enough to sink every ship and down every plane. I don't know
No.
about that. You good?
Yeah. What was that, Mike?
Oh. Oh man. So, in response to the Nest security
that.
breach, they pretty much I just kind of skimmed through it. They added a two-factor security. They added two-factor security, like two-step verification, pretty much.
Okay.
That was
But-
pretty much it. In
See,
2017.
I don't know, because I still think that there's no way someone can hack a security system without the company knowing. They have to know exactly
Yeah,
how that
I don't-
person got into their system.
Well, after the fact, I'm sure they figured it out. I don't think they can see those things as in this case. I don't think they saw that as it happened. I mean,
Who knows?
sometimes like with things like this, it takes a mistake to
Absolutely. That's right.
like the whole thing with Facebook. Remember when
Yeah.
Facebook got hacked?
Oh, yeah.
When's the last time
no.
Facebook hasn't got hacked since, right?
That's true.
Who was that hacking group that was like not
Lizard
anonymous,
Squad?
Lizard Squad?
Lizard Squad.
Didn't they come back recently? Like
Yeah,
within the
they
last
did
year?
something, yeah.
They did something.
I don't remember what they.
Oh man, I remember. I used to be so scared of stuff like that.
I made a
Yeah.
YouTube video about that, but it was the anonymous group.
Anonymous.
I faked my YouTube channel getting hacked, and it actually got a whole bunch of views. And still to this day, people comment on that video, calling it out for being fake and everything. And I don't even respond. I used to respond to the comments and be like, dude, come on, like, if you didn't know that it was fake, like, you got to be stupid. But now I just don't even entertain these
Damn.
people because I started going onto their YouTube channels and they were all like 12. And I'm like, all right, no
Yeah,
point.
12-year-olds
I just- I
shutting
looked
down
up-
a 12-year-old.
They'll believe anything.
I
they see
I
on
just
the
looked up
internet.
Lizard Squad.
McJuggernuggets, for example. Remember the
Oh
original
my
Psycho
God.
series?
Oh man,
Don't
Listen,
don't
man.
say it because if this ends up on Bookman's
don't
channel
get
too,
me
you're
started.
not gonna hear the end of it.
I can
um,
talk a lot about that guy.
Yes, you can.
I can dedicate an entire podcast, and maybe we could, and that can go on my channel.
Yeah.
An
one day.
entire podcast just about talking about McJuggernuggets and who he is behind the camera when the camera's off. I feel like I know a lot because I don't know. Do you want me to kind of get into it, or should we?
We should probably save that for
Yeah,
another day.
save
You're
that
not
for
gonna
another
stop.
day.
Once you start, you're not gonna stop.
I got a lot to say about that.
I looked up Lizard Squad to see if I could find like the last thing that they did,
Uh-huh.
or last thing that was in the news that they did.
From what I remember, Lizard Squad claimed they hacked
Keemstar.
it, but from what I remember,
Claim they hacked what?
Facebook.
I don't remember.
But from what I remember, it was an error in Facebook. Like there was a bug or
what I was
something.
saying was I found a video from 2014, Lizard Squad member, why I took down Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh,
Do
I
you guys remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was bad.
That pissed me off. I wanted to play some video games and I couldn't.
Yeah, that was bad.
They always do it around Christmas.
Yeah, because that's when all the
Scumbags.
games come out, or not even
Or
when the games come out, when the
who
kids get the game.
Get their games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't Anonymous like a good, like I don't want to say good, but don't they do like hacks and stuff to
Help,
for
yeah.
for the better?
Uh-huh. I believe so.
Yes.
Like
they
isn't
do it.
isn't Anonymous part of? I know we said at the beginning of this, off the podcast, that we weren't gonna get political.
I know.
Real
But-
quick, guys, can I just say I made mistake number 2 of clicking on a link. And
You clicked on another link.
Warning. You are
Oh
not
my
logged
God.
in. Your IP address will be recorded in this page's edit history and will be visible to anyone. To protect your privacy, please log in. So I'm screwed. A whole bunch of people got my IP address.
Yeah.
Nice.
Alyssa
That
just
only
rolled her
happens
eyes.
if
Why
you
would
log
you
in.
keep clicking?
Oh no,
happen
I
if you log
backclicked.
It's the haircut.
Oh my God.
That was a good one.
Like,
If you didn't hear her, she said it was the haircut.
Oh, I heard her. Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
No, for the
Say it
viewers that
again to
couldn't hear.
dig it deeper.
I forgot what I was gonna
stop
say now.
clicking or unplug your computer.
What?
What?
I said do a scan with Norton.
Unplug my computer.
Norton can do scans.
I don't have Norton.
You should probably get Norton.
Yeah, I probably should.
Do you
you know what? I
have-
should just not look up
or do you have
conspiracy theories
McAfee?
anymore.
That's
No.
also a good
The
idea.
only thing I have is AdBlock,
Oh jeez.
so I won't get ads.
First of all, Justin, you need ad block because I was over his house
Uh-huh.
and he had a YouTube video on, and like 3 ads came up, and I'm like,
Yeah,
How do you do
by the
this?
second one, it's like I want to rip out my eye.
by the
I
first one I want to rip out my
Yeah.
eyes. I hate seeing ads.
I have the ads up. I support the content creators.
Oh, you're one of those.
one of these
Come
guys,
on, they
come
don't get
on.
anything anyway.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily true.
That's why I stopped uploading.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Burn.
You just ran out of content.
Okay, so I will stop talking in this podcast that's going on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, well, you don't post anymore. What do you
I'm
want?
out.
Jesus. Like I was saying, I don't want to get
But
political, but didn't like
I will
anonymous.
say, if I'm not subscribed to the channel,
This man's
then yeah,
just-
I'll skip the ads.
This man
Okay.
just cut me off.
Okay.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Now you cut me off. Thank you.
Political.
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna get political, but didn't anonymous like have like involvement in finding finding out about like Hillary's emails or the stuff with Trump and like Russia or whatever? What weren't they
And
involved
stuff
in
at
that?
the FCC.
Honestly,
Yeah.
they might have just been saying that to get a little popularity.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Because that's like some big government stuff that
Yeah.
the government, they're the
But-
only people that see that.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say, there is not a single other person, if the government owns it, no one else is seeing it, unless the government wants you to see it.
That's very true.
That's just my opinion.
That's very true.
That's why Area 51 exists. That's why all these secret military bases exist, because that is where they do all their experiments.
Yeah.
I mean, even something that interests me is the Brookhaven Laboratory. Right in our backyards, but we don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
It's a lab.
More your backyard than mine.
I mean, yeah, it's 15 minutes away from me,
Yeah.
and this place is a government owned. Or I think it's government owned, or it might be state owned.
What is it? Brookhaven what?
Brookhaven Lab,
Yep.
Middle Island.
government.
It's government run.
Yeah, and who knows what goes on there? They don't tell you anything. Guy at work was telling me a story. He did the seasonal plowing there, and he had to go inside one of the buildings once, and he had walked into the wrong room. They told him a room. I think he was going to get like salt or something to throw down, and he had walked into the wrong room, and he got pulled out and questioned about what he saw, like intensely questioned about what he saw in that room.
Wow.
And how like he couldn't say anything and like all this stuff, and he was like, yeah, like literally they do stuff there and no one knows, no one would ever know.
That's. Oh my god. No thanks.
Yeah.
I'm good.
It's crazy.
I'm good.
It is.
Same with Plum Island. Who knows what they do there?
Plum Island. That's a good one. Plum Island.
Plum Island. I haven't heard that name in a while.
The
Yeah,
craziest thing is they're all
Because
right
the
here.
last
and
time
we
we've heard
have
about
no
Plum
clue.
Island was with the whole Montauk Monster
Montauk
thing.
Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And before
That's the
was
last time
Lyme's
anybody
disease.
really. Plum Island is an island in the town of Southold, in Suffolk County, New York.
Oh yeah, it's
The
right
island
off
is
Long Island.
situated in Gardiner's Bay, east of Orient Point, off the eastern end of the North Fork. That didn't give me any information about what they do there. I feel like they would have said something.
It's a it's
There are
like
pictures.
an animal lab where they do experiments for animal disease control or something like that. But
There are overhead pictures of Plum Island. It's just
yeah, you
obviously
can't get anything close.
Can't see anything.
My local union is actually doing. I think they sold that also to the state, and they're turning it into something else. But they're doing electrical work there, so it's interesting. Maybe something might come out, exposing something. But they say that Lyme's disease came from Plum Island. That they created it
good.
there.
That's good.
And yeah, the deer crossed the water and
the deer
got
tick?
Yep.
Yep.
The deer tick. And the ticks had the Lyme's disease over on Plum Island. They got onto the deer. The deer crossed back over the water, and it spread. And now there's Lyme's disease. Lyme's disease only exists in New York, Connecticut, and the surrounding areas.
Yeah, well, I
It's in
mean,
New Hampshire too.
That's surrounding area.
And
I would call it like if
Yeah.
you said it was in like Florida or something, then obviously it's a stretch. But New Hampshire,
That's
that's
a bit
not
of a
far.
stretch,
Yeah, you know, it's only right here.
The island is.
Florida already deals with the Zika virus and
Yeah,
mosquitoes.
they got their own
No,
thing.
I'm good. I'll stay up here. The island is the site of Plum Island Animal Disease Center,
Yeah, there you go.
which was established
Oh,
by the
yeah,
United
I
States
remember
Department of
that.
Agriculture in 1954. The island is also the site of former U.S. military installation Fort Terry and the historic Plum Island Light and its automated replacement. Plum Island is owned in its entirety by the United States government, which was considering sale of the island as part of a debt reduction package, but suspended the plan in February 2012. Access to the island is controlled by the United States Department of Homeland Security. August 2013, the United States General Services Administration and the United States Department of Homeland Security announced the final record of decision, public sale of Plum Island, New York.
Which would mean they're closing it, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Which is why the guys are over there. They're
But-
probably taking things out.
There's nothing.
Oh no, there won't be anything crazy about there because
No, I know, but I'm saying there's nothing about the sale of it. That was in 2013.
Sale of what?
Plum Island. It just said right here, 2013, the GSA and the Department of Homeland Security announced a final record of decision, public sale of Plum Island. But there's nothing about it.
Interesting.
Lots of secrets. Lots of secrets.
Yeah.
That unless you look into it yourself
And then get your computer put on a,
Yeah.
a hit list like
Yeah.
Bookman's.
listen, we're not gonna talk about that.
We're going to talk about it off the podcast later. When we're driving to go get food or something, some guy's going to pull up next to us and take a picture.
Oh, jeez.
And then I'm never talking to you again. I'm gone.
Me too.
You have fun.
Just on the
Damn.
record, Kenny was here, so go.
Kenny
after
who?
him
You
as
don't
well.
know?
I won't say your last name. Just
We're keeping it private.
Appreciate that.
yeah, I got you.
Isn't it going on his YouTube channel?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it
but-
doesn't have his last name on there.
Yes, it does.
When?
No, it's NYR fan.
Trace Uno.
3
Uno.
My birthday?
1.
My birthday? 3/31,
Ah, yeah,
which
I
is
don't remember.
in
Couple
8 days.
It's on next
Should be a
Sunday.
fun time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm gonna stay home and lay in bed and
Drink by yourself.
drink by myself. Probably have a drink with my dad.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
Better be
Awkward
important.
silence. Justin's
Better-
over there on his phone.
Better be important.
There was something. One of my friends was talking about something. Because I had gone to a weather conference a little.
Oh, you
weeks
see?
ago.
The weather.
Tell him you're doing a podcast and that you're busy.
I could tell him that.
Say, leave me the hell alone. We're talking about Plum Island. And leave it at that. And then if he texts you again, just don't answer him.
Sorry if that popped the microphone. I'm
I
trying
didn't
to
pop
move
the
my
microphone. I heard the thing creak,
Yeah.
though.
Just trying to move myself so I can lean back a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Music
So-
just picked up again.
yeah, I got close to the mic. That's the problem, I think.
Am I going to plug any of these wires? I'm trying to stretch my legs out a little bit.
I should be good. So, I mean, this podcast, I feel like it's been all over the place a little
Oh,
bit.
very. We didn't even get to my conspiracy theory.
See, here's the thing. I don't think we
You had, like, 12.
finalized. Yeah, we didn't put
We've
a
been-
final statement to any a conspiracy.
Oh,
theory
whether we
that-
think they're conspiracy theories or not?
Yeah.
Do you want to,
Bermuda Triangle. We all agree
How about-
is a myth.
yeah. Yeah.
I'll be
I-
the one that I'll be the odd one out. I think that there is something up there.
I'll
You
say
think?
it's... Now, if we're going to talk aliens, I believe there's something else out there.
Oh, there's definitely life out there.
but
Oh yeah,
Like,
for sure.
do you
I
know,
don't think
I
they've
went
come
to,
here though. I don't think we have
where was
contact
it
with any
before
of them.
Before I go into that, where was that? I'm not going to be able to find it. I don't know what the name of it was. Kristen and I, a few months ago, went to this thing. Oh. Hold on. I might have it. Yep. The Long Island Sky Planetarium. First of all, highly recommend it. It was
Okay.
awesome. You sit in like an observatory
Mhm.
where it's like a dome and the walls and the ceiling and everything get projected of what the night sky would look like. And you go into detail. It
Wait.
zooms in and you can see like
my,
the stars
my
and
elementary
everything.
Is
school
it
used
Vanderbilt?
to go there.
Yes, Vanderbilt Museum.
I've been there. really, really cool stuff.
Yeah, Kristen
Yeah.
and I went. They took where you are, and as they progressively zoomed out to show the entire known universe.
Right.
If you look at how big that is, did it just do that again? Or did
Nah,
your
it
screen
just shut off,
yeah. If you really see how big the observed universe really is,
Oh, I know.
if you want to tell me that there's no life out there, go ahead.
I know.
But there's
I
no
know.
way we're the
I
only
did.
form of life.
I watched a video on
no
Twitter.
way.
Right.
Listen, I know Twitter isn't all, you know.
Sunshine and rainbows.
Yep, but I did watch a video on Twitter that was the same thing. It started out here, and it slowly brought you further. You good over there?
I'm trying to get a good adjustment here on the
It
microphone.
slowly brought you further and further out into space of what we have discovered,
Yeah.
right? And it was like, wow, we are one little speck of dust.
You can't even see us.
No,
You can't even see our galaxy.
no, it is ridiculous. Crazy stuff.
That's insane.
On the topic of space,
Oh boy.
real quick.
Star Wars.
No.
Ah.
I just want to know, because we were all laughing about this at work. You think we've been on the moon?
I know we've definitely been on the moon.
You think we've been on the moon?
I.
You don't think it was fake?
I do not think it was fake
I-
because there's no way they could have possibly faked it.
What do you mean?
didn't
There's
have-
no way they could have faked it.
We didn't have the technology to do it.
But we had the technology to go to space.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
It
I
takes a
believe
lot
that
of
they
editing
could
to-
have. Yeah, and you don't think they could have done that and then said
the
it was
60s?
live, and then said it was live, when they just played it.
I think they
Pre-recorded?
Actually went to space.
Okay.
I'll
Then
say
explain
this.
The Challenger explosion.
I'll say this. Do I think the moon landing was fake? No.
Okay.
I don't think. How do I want to say this? I don't think it was faked. I think we really did go to the moon. I think maybe the visuals that we were given
Mm-hmm.
in the 60s, right? It was the 60s?
It was 1969.
69?
See? Smart
I'm,
one.
I don't know if that was real.
Okay.
That I'm not sure about. We have 100% been to the moon.
Uh-huh.
I no doubt about
Without
that.
a doubt.
Okay.
Even if it was in 1969, I wouldn't doubt that. But I don't know about the
All the visuals?
visuals. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, I like that answer because that leaves it open still.
Yeah.
Very nice. I just wanted to know. I do believe that we went to the moon.
No, yeah, I believe
just,
it. But
Just wanted to get your opinions, kind of poke at the bear a little bit. Bless you.
bless you.
Thank you.
Though I don't know exactly what the Challenger's mission was in 1986.
It was to explode.
No, that's what happened.
Yeah, no, that
But
was
what
its-
was their initial mission?
That was its
Was
mission.
it to go
Oh,
to the
that was
moon,
never
the
announced?
Space station.
What was it called?
You could probably look up that up.
What was it called?
Challenger explosion,
What year?
1986.
How do you know that? He just
I
shrugs his
mean-
shoulders.
Weather Boy.
It was also that was the same year the Mets won the World Series too, but
The last
that
time
was
also, right?
but the explosion happened in February of that year.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I did hear about this.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was
footage of
called the
too
Challenger.
on
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It exploded 73 seconds into its flight, killing all 7 crew members, which consisted of 5 NASA astronauts, 1 payload specialist, and a civilian school teacher.
Ouch. Actually, I did hear about that. Does it say what their mission was?
I'm gonna look that up right now. Because I looked up explosion first.
Real quick, while he's looking that up, any single conspiracy that we have spoken about on this podcast, if you have anything to say about that or it, please leave it down in the comments below. We would love to hear about it. And if you want a follow-up, we can do that as well.
Yeah, you just gotta let us know in the
Yeah,
comments.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We don't really have a plan of what this podcast is going to be. For now, it's going to live on Kenny's personal YouTube channel,
For now.
which obviously you're watching it on right now. And if it does well on his channel, we might be making a channel just for the podcast, but we will announce all that as it's happening.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
want to throw that out there.
So I looked up Challenger mission 1986, and Google gives you the tab. People also ask. One of them was, what was the mission of the Challenger 1986? The answer is by NASA, by the way. Challenger's first mission was STS-6, launched April 4th, 1983. That mission included the first spacewalk of the shuttle program, as well as deployment of the first satellite in the Tracking and Data Relay System constellation. Challenger and its crew of 7 astronauts on STS-51L were lost on January 28, 1986. Nothing about the mission at all.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Except for 1983, which was first spacewalk of the shuttle program and deployment of the first satellite in Tracking and Data Relay System constellation.
That means they were probably going to the satellite.
Probably.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Because out of every time I hear the Challenger, the only thing they mention is the accident.
Explosion, yes.
Yeah, they don't say what the
They
mission
never
is.
talked about what the mission was, and now
Famous disasters.
that we brought it up today, it made me wonder
Yeah,
what was their mission.
yeah, for real.
And now we know what they were going to do.
A little
Famous
bit.
disasters.
But not the full picture. But we get
Yeah.
an idea.
Oh yeah.
Recommended famous disasters. Do you want to hear the other 6?
Sure.
Other than the space, other than the explosion? We got the Hindenburg disaster.
Hindenburg.
That was the...
I remember learning that in chemistry.
Yeah, that was...
It involved a.
How long have we been going
It
for?
wasn't. It was before they started using
51
helium
minutes.
in the blimps.
Not bad.
That was around the 1920s.
Yeah.
Back then, they didn't know hydrogen was flammable.
Yes. And
And when it landed, when it was landing, it caught fire.
there goes that.
Ba-boom.
Sinking of the Lusitania.
That was World War One.
1.
Dude,
That was by.
I knew
Germany.
that.
the
Germany
past
sunk
2
the
I
ship.
did not hear
Yes.
about, and this kid can name exactly what year and what happened.
Wasn't it an accident, though? Didn't they think it was a military ship? That's why they... Because the Germans were in a submarine.
They were in a U-boat.
And they saw an American ship, and they thought it was a battleship, but it was really the Lusitania, which was a passenger ship,
Okay.
and they blew it up
Blew it up.
because they thought it was a
Right.
the Haiti earthquake, 2010,
Yep.
That was real.
I knew about
2004
that.
Indian
That
Ocean
definitely-
earthquake and
that was a
tsunami.
Huge. Huge.
My
Disaster.
my sister's boyfriend's
Yeah, that's
dad
rough.
actually went over there and is helping rebuild
That
it
would be
still.
eight. I remember
For
in
what?
6th
What
grade.
was that?
That was
Help
a big
rebuild
thing in
Haiti,
our
yeah.
Middle school.
My cousin's
Helping raise aid.
Yeah.
my cousin's wife actually was supposed to go on a retreat to because she's a nurse.
Okay.
And do bring medical supplies and all that to Haiti, but the trip got canceled because they were having a really bad storm,
Yeah.
so they never even got to go. This was recently. This was a month ago.
Yeah. He still goes back and forth. He lives in DR. He still goes back and forth and helps rebuild.
and his wife live in Florida, so
Okay.
it's right
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
I took a class my freshman year, first
In
semester,
Haiti?
and it was about geological natural disasters. And
Oh, okay.
we
That's gotta be
did some
interesting
case studies
course.
where we compared Japan's earthquake and tsunami
Uh-huh.
to Haiti's earthquake and what the difference was. And sure, the magnitude of the Japan earthquake was much larger, around a 9.
Wow.
And Hades was a 7.5 or something.
That's crazy.
But here's the thing with Japan. They have buildings prepared for that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
and
so
the
does,
tsunami is something they
California, don't they?
They weren't ready for that.
I
But
believe
they had a
so.
seawall.
California
but it
too, right?
breached The seawall.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, California has earthquake. That we didn't.
No,
talk
I'm
about
saying
being
they have buildings
ready
for that.
can
Yes.
Withstand it.
Do you remember a few years ago when there was an earthquake in Virginia,
Yes.
and we felt it here?
We felt it.
We felt the tremor.
No.
You don't
I
remember
did-
that?
I didn't
No, I
feel
don't.
it, but
You didn't
my-
feel it? I was sitting in my room on my computer, and I had my leg resting on there was a little shelf thing under my computer, and I had my leg resting on it, my feet resting on it, and I felt it starting to shake. And I thought maybe it was the computer speeding up and
Yeah, yeah.
shaking a little bit. And I was like, that's weird. And I stood up and I felt it still. And I remember I ran to the staircase, and my dad ran to the staircase from the bottom of the stairs, and we were both just standing there. We're like, what's going on right now?
Yeah.
And then later we found out that there was an earthquake.
Ah.
And I was like, oh my god. That's scary. 'Cause
I
it
haven't
wasn't
heard
even
about
that
it in
bad,
the
but
news,
like it was just a tremor. Like you literally just felt like literally just everything was just
Yeah.
kind of shaking just like that. Like
Yeah.
hardly noticeable. But when you notice it, you're like, whoa, what's going on?
Oh yeah, like I
Crazy.
was gonna go into Haiti. Their buildings were not meant to withstand an earthquake. The buildings were not up to code to
Oh yeah, of
withstand an earthquake.
me.
So, they had more damage as a result of the earthquake.
Wow, what a podcast.
And
Yeah,
we had also
I'm
gone into the
trying
not Chernobyl. The
Chernobyl. That's
Oh,
another one. I
geez.
love Chernobyl.
I think it's Fukushima.
I don't know what that is.
Oof, yeah.
That's the nuclear disaster
Oh,
that happened
okay.
right
Oh,
after
I
the
know what you're talking
earthquake.
about.
Yep. I know. I didn't know the name of that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But, yep. That could be for
Chernobyl,
a different.
though.
Okay, listen. That's
We're not getting into Chernobyl.
That's not a conspiracy. So let's.
yeah, no. Chernobyl.
We can
I,
do a whole
I would,
other
like how
podcast
you don't
on
want to
that.
stop about what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Chernobyl. I would. not
I
stop
would
talking
love to
about.
listen in on that because
Really?
I don't
Okay,
really
we
know
can save
too
that
much
for a
about it.
separate podcast
Yeah, we'll
if
save
you
that
want.
for another day. All right. So now I have mine,
Okay.
Okay.
and then you guys pick a number 2 to 12, and I'll read that one. So basically, this one is the horror of Project Sunshine.
Project Sunshine. I don't think I've heard of that.
Conspiracy. The government was stealing. Ready for this? The government
boy.
was stealing. And remember, I know I just stopped it twice. The suspense is probably killing you. Remember, this article is called 12 Crazy Conspiracy Theories That Actually Turned Out to Be True.
Okay.
Right.
Before I get into this again, the government was stealing dead bodies to do radioactive testing. That was the conspiracy. The truth, the government was stealing parts of dead bodies
Oh.
because they needed young tissue. They recruited a worldwide network of agents to find recently deceased babies and children and then take
No.
samples and even limbs, which each collected without notification or permission of the more than 1,500 grieving families.
Oh my
Can-
god.
Disgusting.
That
That's
was in
the
Was that
Biggest
before or
thing.
after
Oh.
burial?
that was in the
Does it
wake
say?
of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The U.S. government commenced a major study to measure the effects of nuclear fallout on the human body.
So this
Oh,
was
so
after
they would
1945.
They would go and take the limbs of people who died because
Children.
of the nuclear.
No.
It wasn't because of.
No. It doesn't say.
Well, yeah, to find the effects of the nuclear.
Well, yeah, they were doing radioactive testing, so they were probably taking these limbs and
Jesus, seeing
exposing
what would
them
happen,
to-
Yeah. Wow.
imagine. That's nuts. How do you even do that? Like, how? I.
They're a bunch
I'm
of
saying
lizards.
the people that did that stuff is like
Oh yeah.
that wouldn't scar you a little bit. Like you gotta be pretty
You
messed
gotta
up
be
in the
not
head.
human
I feel
in
like,
order.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Jeez.
That's nuts. All right. You got 2 through 12. Who wants to go first?
7.
7.
All right.
Let's hear it.
It's loading.
That'll be the Montauk Project.
Pick again. I'm just kidding.
Let's hear
4,
it.
5, 6. Oh.
Oh.
What's 7?
Well, no. 6. 6, I feel like you would like, Justin.
What's that one?
I'll tell you in a second.
I guess we could discuss 7 first before going
Yeah,
into
yeah.
6.
The government is spying on you. Number 7.
Oh, come on. We already knew that.
Yeah.
Next.
All right, pick a different number then.
No, go
Let's
ahead.
let's
go
find
into
out
it.
what 6 is.
All right. You want 6 to be your number?
Yes.
John Lennon was under government surveillance.
Hmm.
I know you like the Beatles
Richard Nixon was not a huge fan of John Lennon because he was an
and do you
activist.
that was a
and
con- that was a
against-
that was a conspiracy that ended up being true.
Uh,
Do you want to read about that
He
one?
actually tried to. I think he actually tried to deport him.
I'll get into it. The conspiracy: the FBI was spying on former Beatle John Lennon. The truth: they most certainly were. Like many
Yes.
counterculture heroes, Lennon was considered a threat. Anti-war songs like "Give Peace a Chance" didn't exactly endear former Beatle John Lennon, and didn't
English.
exactly endear former Beatle John Lennon to the Nixon administration.
right. Nixon was not
That was
a fan of
reported in
Lenin.
2010. In 1971, the FBI put Lenin under surveillance, and the Immigration and Naturalization Service tried to deport him a year later.
That's
In
that-
1957
I found out about
I
that.
give you credit.
In
You know that stuff.
1957, John Lennon and Paul McCartney met at a party in Woolton. I'm assuming that's in like London or something.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Or in England or whatever.
57.
Yeah.
You said. Yeah, that's
Just
this was
yards away
before
from
the
their
Beatles.
meeting place was the grave of Eleanor Rigby. A bizarre coincidence or not?
Eleanor Rigby.
Here we
I'm
go.
gonna grab a
Okay,
water
Paul
real quick.
McCartney talked about this. I read it. I saw in a video.
Oh boy.
He was coming up with
Where are you going?
a song.
Okay.
So he was trying to come up a name for a song that had and it had to have the exact syllables for it. And he liked
for
the name
Eleanor Rigby, you
Eleanor.
mean?
He liked the name Eleanor.
I said Rigby. Rigby.
So then he went to a town one day where he saw a shop that had the sign Rigby on it, and he liked it. So that stuck. Years later, he found out that there, in the same town where he saw the sign, there was a cemetery with a gravestone that had the name Eleanor Rigby,
Yeah.
and he thought that was a freaky coincidence. And yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. He didn't even know there was a gravestone for it. The
That's
name.
crazy. Alright, well, that was that one. You didn't miss much. We just went into what Eleanor Rigby. What happened to
Yeah.
Eleanor Rigby? So do you want to pick another number then, Books? If you know that the government's spying on us already? Which I feel like
I
everybody
just want to
really
hear.
does know.
Let's hear what they got to say.
Alright. With the advances, dude, I can't read today.
Listen, we've been talking for a while.
Yeah, how long have we been going for? An hour. An hour and one. With the advances in technology, the government is using its vast resources to track citizens. The truth. In 2016, government agencies sent 49,868 requests for user data to Facebook, 27,850 to Google, and 9,076 to Apple. According to the Electronic Frontier Foundation, a major nonprofit organization that defends civil liberties in the digital world and advises the public on matters of internet privacy.
So they
I-
were caught.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
pretty much.
I mean,
And then the next
everyone's
line,
got an iPhone
the next
in their
line.
pocket.
If you were concerned about your internet privacy, we ask technology experts to give us the lowdown. The lowdown.
Hoedown.
The lowdown. I thought it would be the rundown. Isn't that what it is? Giving the rundown.
Yeah.
I've never heard giving the lowdown.
You
Sounds
hear
weird.
more rundown than lowdown.
Yeah, I've
but
never heard lowdown in my life.
before.
Lowdown on the likelihood you are being watched through your computer camera. What we were just talking about before.
I told
yeah.
you. I
Alright.
told you. That's
Alright,
why
yeah.
I pointed up.
Yeah, since we knew about that already, and we talked about it already, pick another number. Just not 6 or 7 or 1.
3.
All right.
We just got a safety swim ad.
Yeah.
Not
I hear
sponsored.
that. Hey, any sponsors?
No. Well,
That
if
won't
you
be
would
that
have
often.
picked, if you would have picked
Sponsor, that's
4,
another
we could have
thing.
talked about government mind control, which we already
Oh,
did.
please. Please. I want to hear it.
All right, 3. The first lady who ran the United States. Conspiracy: a stroke rendered United States President Woodrow Wilson incapable of governing, and his wife. Oh boy, that's a big word, Justin.
Let me see. Let me come around.
Instantly calls for Justin.
Let's see.
I don't know.
Which word is
He's gonna say it, and I'll be like, oh, I've heard that word before.
Surreptitiously.
He doesn't even know it. We're gonna have to
I
Google
don't
it.
think I've heard of that.
Damn. If Justin hasn't heard of it, is it even a word?
Surreptitiously, I think is how you pronounce it.
We're gonna ask Google. We're gonna ask Google.
Someone sitting there listening, like, already knows what word it is.
They're like,
and-
oh my god. They're like looking at the article, like, in a way that attempts to avoid notice or attention secretively.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Surreptitiously.
Okay.
Yeah,
so he had it right.
surreptitiously. That's what I said.
Oh, yeah.
Surreptitiously stepped in. The truth. Wilson did suffer a debilitating stroke towards the end of his presidency, but the government felt it was in the country's best interest to keep things quiet. The public didn't learn about the stroke for months, during which time his wife, Edith Wilson was making most executive decisions.
Wow.
I know he had a stroke, but I did not know that his wife ran
So
the Oval
was she
Office
technically
during
the
that time.
first,
The first woman
the
president.
first female president? Or can you really count that?
No, they didn't come up with a line for presidency yet. But we know it went to the vice president next.
Well,
Yeah.
That was a given. It didn't go to the Speaker of the House till it reached, the Nixon administration when the VP was removed and Nixon resigned. That led Gerald Ford into office.
wow.
And he was
Justin,
the
you
first
surprised
to.
me with your brain.
He was the first.
He just goes,
to
yeah.
Be, brought up to president before, as he was Speaker of the House prior.
Huh.
Oh my God.
Are we
Dude.
starting to drag this on? what do we got here?
Number 11, number 12. Some of them are pretty good,
I
actually.
see the Illuminati.
Yeah, that's number 12.
I want to talk. What's number 5?
Let's look at number 12 because we're here. The Illuminati and the U.S. government. Conspiracy, a secret society that rules the world. The Illuminati and the U.S. National Security Agency are in cahoots. The truth. We're here to tell you that a link does in fact exist. Of course, that link is actually a hyperlink.
Don't click on it.
If you type Illuminati backward into a web browser. Let's go, Bookman. Your computer's already doomed. If you type in Illuminati backward into a web browser, you will land on the NSA website. Click this link if you dare. It's literally Illuminati backwards and then .com. So, ITANI.
Hold up.
All right.
Okay.
ITANIMULLI.com.
Itamimuli.
Yeah, that .com. Dude.
National Security Agency.
Dude, his eyes got so wide.
No.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's wild.
No.
That's crazy.
I can't even see it. I don't know if I want to.
It really is.
Oh, he's still on the Google search, and now he, clicked on it.
Defending our nation, securing the future, because they already know it. They know
We're talking about
everything.
Working for the future. Number 11 is a good one too. I like how we said we were only going to read 3 of these, and
I
we've
know.
gone through how many now? 1, 3, 5, or 1, 3, 6,
Oh,
7,
Alyssa Shallow is on right now.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Oh yeah, let's do number 5.
All right, then I'm going back to 11. 11's a
The
11's
Bradley Cooper version?
11's a
Yes.
doozy.
Oh,
I don't know who this is.
What?
What is that?
Dalai Lama's
Oh, the Dalai Lamas.
the Dalai Lama's
I know who he is.
impressive salary. The Dalai Lama is a CIA agent. That's a conspiracy. The truth, perhaps the reason the Dalai Lama is smiling in all of these photos, has something to do with the 6-figure salary pulled down from the U.S. government during the 1960s. According to declassified intelligence documents, he earned $180,000 in connection with the CIA's funding of the Tibetan resistance to the tune of $1.7 million per year.
Wow.
$1.7 million per year.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
This idea was to disrupt and hamper China's infrastructure. The Dalai Lama is believed to have the power to choose the body into which he is reincarnated, meaning that the current Dalai Lama is reincarnated to the last, is a reincarnation of the last. Today, millions of people across all religions believe in reincarnation.
That's a whole other
Yeah.
podcast. I
We could
was
go
I
into
was
that
about to
another
ask, but
Let's go to number 11, 'cause I
Yeah.
feel like this is
11.
wacky and extremely interesting. But this
Okay,
is even a
alright.
thing.
all right.
Let's hear this
I-
one.
Promise, I'm reading this directly off the webpage. Canada tried to develop a gaydar.
Oh, I think I heard about that.
Conspiracy. The Canadian government was so paranoid about homosexuality that it developed a gaydar machine. The truth, it really happened. In the 1960s, the government hired a university professor to develop a way to detect homosexuality in federal employees. He came up with a machine that measured pupil dilation in response to same-sex erotic imagery. The Canadian government used it to exclude or fire more than 400 men from civil service, the military, and the Mounties.
Wow. Mountain-
Fortunately, things have changed a lot since those days.
Right.
But here's the one word you should never say in a job interview. Do I click the link?
No.
I kind of want to know what the
Listen,
one
I
word
already
is.
clicked 3 links here.
I already
the
clicked
link.
it. I want to know what the word is.
Yeah, I went on. Oh,
The
2.
one word you never say in a job interview. Hint, it's not like. The word is actually. Used
Really?
properly, the word actually represents a contradiction. For instance, take the famous movie line, "Love actually is all around." The narrator is contradicting those who think that it is not. It can also be used to justify something. It
That's
can also
too
be used to
deep of
justify
thinking.
something.
Come on.
That movie was
That's like
awful, huh?
philosophy right there.
Actually,
Yeah.
I really liked it. Did you get that? It can
Yeah.
also be used to justify something. That movie was awful, huh? Actually, I really liked it.
Yeah. Oh,
That's-
come on.
That's like philosophy right
Yeah.
there.
That's too much.
If
Now
you
we're
think like
pushing it.
that, you just you piss me off. Oh man.
Number 10, there is alien evidence in the American Southwest.
Listen, man. I feel like we've gone on a
We've
lot.
gone on.
I want to
On
be able to
that,
save
yeah.
stuff
We've
for
been
other
talking about
podcasts.
We've been talking about conspiracy theories on this podcast for an hour and 11 minutes.
If there are people watching right now, seriously, I mean, are you okay? Because, like,
If you need, look, I'm gonna put like numbers to like psychiatrists in every,
Yeah,
in
seriously,
one in
you
every
might need-
state.
yeah.
One in
I
all
think
50
I need
states.
one right now.
And you want to go right now?
yeah.
We'll go grab some food and then we'll go see a
Ooh, food.
psychiatrist. Food sounds good right now.
Yeah. Anyway,
Bubba's?
what?
You've never had Bubba's Burrito Bar?
What's Bubba?
Not sponsored.
It's kind of not sponsored. It's kind of far for you. It's like maybe 20 minutes for us
Yeah.
In which direction?
towards you.
Oh.
So it's. Well, let's see.
We'll do this.
We'll do it after. You're right.
You can figure something. out.
Um,
Kind of wrap this
We
thing
could do
up
that
here.
for your birthday as well.
Bubba's?
Yeah.
My birthday's on a Sunday. They're closed on Sundays.
Oh. Well,
But
I mean, before that.
but on
Saturday.
my birthday, I get a free burrito from Moe's. So
Ooh.
if you guys
Wait,
want to
how?
do Moe's, because I am signed up.
Oh yeah,
and they
that's
give you a
also
free
not
burrito.
sponsored.
Okay.
Not sponsored by. If you hear us talking about anybody in
Any
these
company.
podcasts, any companies, we're not sponsored.
We're just
Yeah.
three girls.
We-
Three.
3 girls.
Three guys.
Hello?
Um,
Gets a haircut and you can't think
haircut.
straight.
Haircut.
Bookman, I had a feeling you were attracted to me, but I'm not a girl here, guy.
Oh my gosh.
I'm out.
And this
Ending
is where
the
we cut it.
podcast, yo.
You said we're 3 girls.
Listen, we've been talking for too long. My mind is not in a sane position. We've been talking about conspiracies and oh wait, the government's controlling my mind.
That's what it is,
That's
see?
what it is.
Unreal. Unreal. Unbelievable.
Oh man, how are we gonna wrap this up now? We
Um,
don't even have an outro.
How about plug yourself really quick? Plug your YouTube channel.
My name is Chris Bookman.
But you weren't
Number
giving
1
your last
YouTube
name.
channel in the world.
Well,
Go check it out.
his YouTube channel already has his last name in it, so he was
Yeah,
screwed either
I'm
way.
already screwed. The government already knows all about me.
So youtube.com/Chris
Chris
Bookman.
Bookman. I
Does
don't
that even
upload
work?
anymore. Yeah, it should be. Or it might be Backwoods Gamer, honestly.
Yeah. Just go to youtube.com and then
Just
search
type in
Chris Bookman.
Chris Bookman. You'll find me.
I'll leave his link in the description.
I
always
might
do.
upload one day.
Yeah,
maybe if the
probably not.
government
Don't-
finds me,
Don't count on it.
starts hunting me down, maybe I'll upload then. But you know,
Justin, do you want to plug yourself?
Plug myself?
yeah, there's the outlet. Plug yourself in.
No. No. Just no.
That's a really shitty joke. What are you doing?
Here's a knife.
Oh, he's got
Go
a
stick it in
knife.
there.
What? You just pulled a knife out of?
It's a butter knife, relax.
Go put it in that outlet. You'll be
You can
good.
still stab somebody with a butter knife.
I know. But why would any person want to do that?
That's a funny story, actually. with a butter knife.
Listen, we are
All right, you know
trying
what?
to
Yeah,
end
we're
this
trying to
and
end
wrap
this.
it
If you
up.
want to hear about the butter knife story,
Come back next week.
leave a like, and we'll talk about it next time. But until then, goodbye.
Later.
Later, Gator.
Oh, jeez.